You're the bomb.
Don't say anything.
I could help these guys anti-bitter.
Right now.
The standard of truth has been erected.
Stop playing defense.
You're absolutely right.
No unhallowed hand can stop the broadcast.
That is the way that a lot of Latter-day Saints do apologetics.
Cancel culture rages and mobs combine.
We actually had one of the protesters over for dinner.
What?
But the truth of God will go forth boldly
These people are lying to you. They do not care about you.
until it has reached every television, sounded in every iPhone, and reached every person. This signal will continue to go forth. Here we defend truth. Here we denounce deception. Here we are created in the image of God. Our detractors call us crazy, but our friends call us.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Ward Radio live stream. This is our third live stream this week. We're super excited to be here, and I can't believe today's topic. It's LDS death metal. Apparently it's a thing. And to prove that it's a thing, I've brought with me a super stellar cast. We've got Brittany the Shadow here with us, huge death metal fan. And no, I'm just kidding. But we got Alex Humphreys here, and my son Ryder Ellis is here showing off your what this is your Ken outfit for Halloween, right?
Indeed.
And you found out that we were talking about death metal, and you wanted to jump on.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I should be concerned as your father or not, but how do you even know what death metal is? Stick the microphone closer to you so we can hear you better. What is death metal to a 10-year-old? What's death metal, dog?
I feel like I'm just getting memories, like, from School of Rock, the, like, Jack Black stuff band. I feel like that's death metal.
Okay. Some would argue that you've got a surprise coming. You know what I'm saying? But he's a real deal. Alex Humphreys. Alex, dude, introduce yourself. Tell him. What's your band? Is LDS death metal a thing, or are we just? You told me you did death metal, and I was like, "What?" So tell us, bro.
Yeah, you got it. I'm Alex, but yeah, when we say LDS death metal, I think I should distinguish it from. There's LDS.
You
people
quote
making
second
death metal.
There's LDS people making
Yes.
death metal. Okay, but
Yes.
you quoted Second Nephi in one of these songs,
It may
right?
be true. Yes.
Yes.
We'll look at it. Yeah.
That is so freaking sick. So, dude, can we just preview some of your stuff really fast?
Let's throw it on.
As we got people coming into the chat here. Now, I've got permission to play copyrighted music, right?
Go for it.
Go for it? Yeah, okay. And
Let's
this is
do it.
yours. You're giving me permission to play this.
Let's spread it.
So how do we look up this cool LDS death metal, bro? What do I do?
So any streaming platform you have for music, we're on YouTube, so you can just go Recidivist. That's the name of the band.
Okay, recidivist.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking up recidivist here. Hold on.
Hold up.
And what is a recidivist, bro? What is that like? Because like, isn't it something? Isn't death metal supposed to be like somebody's tomb or somebody's dream, or like what's a recidivist? What's that mean?
So
Is that a made up word?
no? So recidivist means repeat offender. It's more of like a legal term.
Oh,
And so-
okay.
Look at that as repeat sinner, if you will.
Okay, well,
yeah.
I found something.
for
Tell me this. Is this one of your songs right here? That's the YouTube video. Is that it right there?
Let's play it.
Okay, I'm just literally making this full screen,
Okay.
and I'm going to I'm going to choose a random. Here, Ryder, pick a number between 1 and 323.
320.
320. Well, that's the end of the song. So I guess I'll just go here. I'm going to go
Drop it in the
here
middle.
to 130. You say just go into the middle?
Yeah, drop in the middle.
Okay,
Can't go wrong.
200. Okay, let's just see. What is LDS death metal sound like? I'm a little bit scared here. Let's see here. Hold on. Yes! Wait. So these are Mormon guys?
2 of us.
2 of you?
Yeah.
Wait, so which one are you, dog? Which one are you?
So I play drums. So me and
Okay.
my friend Andrew, we started it.
Okay.
Both RMs. And then the rest of us.
You're both returned missionaries.
Oh, yeah.
You guys just like chilling at BYU. Just like, you know what we really need? Screw Motab. We need some death metal up in this. You know what I'm
That's what it
saying?
was, right? It's more energetic, yeah.
Hey, I want to hear more of the song. You put on like 1 second.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
here,
rip it.
let's
That
go.
next
Let's go.
section's good.
Okay, so here we go. More of Recidivist. Hold on, here we go. Yeah. Yes.
This is like,
Yeah. Is this quite School of Rock, what you were thinking, Ryder?
it's heavier.
Yeah, a lot more heavier than Skull Rock.
So where do you quote Nephi, bro?
So that'll be in a couple different songs. So
Yeah.
first in the intro.
Shut up, for real, you really do?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, part of it's like his anguish of soul in like 2 Nephi 4.
That's
when
legit.
he's,
That's legit.
when he's kind of crying about himself and his inability to like stop sinning. Part of the recidivist meaning. But yeah, I took a lot of that. So when he says like I'm encompassed in pain, that's in the intro. If you wanna
What song is
pull
that,
up.
dude? This is
Pull that
freaking ill sounding.
Yeah, it's called intro.
It's called
Recidivist,
Intro. So do I go to Extreme Underground Songs Premiere, or is that somebody else's
might
YouTube
have
channel?
It. I don't know. Yeah. If you
So
just
these
do-
are other people
yeah.
ripping off your YouTube songs, huh?
Yeah, so YouTube, like when a band releases music on like a streaming platform,
Okay.
YouTube will just create a topic for it, and then videos will be uploaded with the song. So like,
Oh.
that's what those are. We never released them on YouTube, but
Okay, so there's Intro right here. There's Call of Dragons. Now that's what I think. That's what I think when I hear about like, death metal. What type of metal is it where it okay, so my roommates at BYU were super into metal.
sweet.
Like heavy
rare.
metal, love metal, fantasy metal. I don't even know if fantasy metal was like a thing.
Oh yeah.
But like, yeah. So, how do you describe fantasy metal? Because I have an explanation for it. It sounds like World of Warcraft with like, I would always call their World of Warcraft heavy metal music. It would literally be like, and then the orcs from the land of the north
Bunch of
descended
nerds.
upon the dragons of Valhalla. It's
so
just like,
lame. Bunch of nerds. That's like, just sing about death. It's cooler. Like,
yeah. Okay. Cool. Sick. All right. So I'm looking up Intro here, right?
Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
We have
go
a
for it.
member comment. Can I
Oh,
read
we
that?
got a member comment. Yeah, keep us in the chats. We're just having fun today, talking LDS death metal. So just anything goes. Just whatever you want to say it.
Okay. Arbin Ransom says, you guys are awesome. Your apologetic / have fun videos helped when I was feeling bogged down earlier this year. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's good to hear. Hey, you know what? We want to hear more. What is it that got you down, bro? And what does bogged down mean? I mean, do you feel like you're questioning your faith, or you just feel like you were in a, as Jimmy Carter said, just like a malaise? Was there any specific arguments that made you, question your testimony or the church or so on and so forth? Whatever you feel comfortable sharing, we'd love to know, man. I mean, we delight in truth, we denounce deception, and we have fun on this channel. So please, tell us where we go wrong and tell us where we go right. I'd love to hear a little bit more of the story, man. So anyway, okay, here's Intro. Oh, what was his name, babe, by the way?
The person that chat?
Yeah, the person that chatted.
Arbin Ransom.
All right, Arbin Ransom. Thank you very much, my man. Thanks for sharing. So anyway, okay, so this is where you quote straight up like 2 Nephi, bro?
you'll hear it. Yeah.
You'll hear it? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So are you the lead singer, or what are you?
No, so I'm drumming. My
You're
friend's-
drumming?
Yeah, he's singing.
He's
Screaming.
singing?
Yeah.
That's Andrew?
So Andrew plays guitar.
Okay.
So me and him create the structure of the song, mostly Andrew, more of his baby.
Okay.
And then my other friend will come in with lyrics. This first one we kind of collaborated, so some of it's from him, some of it's from me.
Okay.
Which is more of like the religious influence lyrics.
That's cool.
Okay, cool. All right, okay, so here is Intro of Caverns of the Dead. Dude, I love this. This is so sick. So, Intro, where do I start?
So you can go in, honestly,
Just right at the
30,
beginning?
40 seconds in. Yeah,
Okay,
'cause
here
it
we
kind of
go.
builds up. Yeah.
Okay, I'm digging so far. I'm digging, bro.
I'll come in with the toms in a second. We just wanted a nice build
With
up,
the toms.
nice slow, yeah. It's kind of too. Well, there's a lot of types of death metal, but we're on the
Yes.
slower side.
There's the deep bass.
There it is.
Yeah, now we're talking. All right, I want to just destroy something.
That's what we want. Yeah, exactly. A good feeling.
I'm not hearing Nephi.
Don't worry.
I'm getting like Omni vibes. You know?
Oh, see, after this section.
Oh, okay, yeah. We got to warm up to the death part
Yeah.
of death metal. This is so fun.
He's loving it.
Right here. See if you can understand it.
Dude, this
coming,
is
it's
awesome.
It's coming right here.
Okay.
Right here.
Yes.
I don't know what's being said.
That's part of it. We try to make it so you can't really understand.
Yeah, it's like Latin
Yeah.
Mass, babe. We're worshiping through song spoken
Exactly.
in another tongue that nobody
Exactly.
else can
Okay.
understand. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? And these people are, these are the modern Gregorian chants, are they not?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Dude, that's like, so are you the one singing while you're drumming? What's going on? How
No,
does it
so
work?
that's all my friend Zach. So he's our vocalist. And so he's going in. We recorded that with our friend just in his basement.
Okay.
And yeah, it turned out pretty all right for a first EP.
So are there a lot of Mormons into death metal, bro?
Not many. So
No?
you'll kind of see like Salt Lake's especially split. So there's like a hardcore scene, and a lot of them are straight edge. So
Really?
they'll abstain from substances. That's the sort of thing like drinking.
Okay.
And so you'll see a few Mormons coming to there, but honestly, sometimes they just disappoint me because they'll either sell out of the faith and just start drinking and things like that, or they're not really too devout, or they used to be, or something like that. So not many, but not a lot of people are like, I'm Mormon and are into death metal as well. So
Okay, that's
really
cool.
mixed.
Well, I mean, you don't have to be
Pardon.
like overtly wearing a missionary shirt and tie while you're playing,
course,
you know, but
no.
sticking to your
That'd be
religious guns, that's cool, you know. This is awesome. Yeah,
Okay, we
what,
got to
babe?
get to a lot of super chats.
Oh, crap. Well, let's catch up on Super Chats.
Okay, Gothic Extravaganza says there's a hardcore punk band with a LDS missionary gimmick. Look up Tartar Control or don't. It's rather adult.
Well, are they making fun of the faith, or are they
Sounds-
using the faith to make cool lyrics like these cats?
Sounds lame. Yeah.
Ah,
That sounds so lame.
Dude, you just got savaged by a death metal guy just
I don't know if
sitting
that's
there in a
their band,
studio in LA said, yeah, that sounds lame. Like, that is one of the worst insults you can get. Like when a pretty girl brushes you off, that just hits you to your core. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Not that I would ever know what that was like. But Brittany did break up with me once before he got married.
twice, but it's okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. Anyway, no joke. But then there's like when the heavy metal guys, they're just automatically cool. And when the heavy metal guys just sitting there is like, that sounds lame, dude. Then just like, how do
I'm
you
sorry, that
pick
was
up
mean.
how do you pick up the pieces? You know what I'm saying? Just how do you pick up the pieces?
Okay,
So
ready for the next one?
yeah, I'm gonna look up Tartar Control while you're reading this stuff.
Okay, well, remember, it's rather adult.
Okay.
Okay, next one. Two Gun Fox says, check out I Will Build You a Rome by Cain's Offering. They aren't LDS, but the themes and the lyrics resonate with LDS theology. Wow.
Really? Well, I can look up the lyrics. I can't play the music. See, we've got Alex here, who is the one of the proprietors of the copyright of this. So I can play his music on this stream, but I can't play others without their express permission on a live stream, basically. So I can play recidivist stuff, but I can't play the other stuff. But I will look up the lyrics. What was it called, babe?
I will build you a Rome
Okay, lyrics.
by Cain's Offering.
Will build you a Rome by Cain's Offering. Cain's Offering. Okay, and then they'll look up lyrics. Okay, next super chat while I'm doing that.
Okay, Austin Crowther
Yeah.
says, appreciate you guys going through a divorce.
Oh, man.
I'm
That's such a bummer to
sorry.
hear, bro.
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
we're here for you, dog. We're here for you, dog. But yeah, that's always it always breaks my heart when I hear that, man. Marriage and family is such an important, necessary thing. When you hear when one gets dissolved, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So anyway, oh, dude, so here's the lyrics. A word or a touch, all I need. I'm not asking for much. Take my hand. I will follow you home with these hands. I will build you a Rome. All right, no need to be scared. Let me swallow my heart. Not burn our room. Okay, I'm gonna have to look for where it is overtly in tune with the doctrine. But yeah, look, you're right. I mean, and these guys are apparently doing big enough that they're getting other people putting their lyrics up. Like when other people are dedicated to your music and your stuff as much that they'll actually start uploading lyrics for you on other sites and things like that. That's when you know you're actually making it. You know,
Absolutely. Is that on Genius or something?
Yeah, for real. So that was cool. Other super chats, hit us, babe.
Okay,
What are the super chats?
Steven Diamond.
What up?
She
Death
says-
metal, temple rocks, bro.
What?
Bro, do you know what the temple rocks are, dog?
Never heard of this.
Stephen Diamond, you need to put in the chat right now a 2-sentence explanation of what the temple rocks are. This guy lives in Philadelphia, right? And there's like this historical thing that were like rocks that were part of the original foundation or something like that. I'm totally botching the story, but every single live stream that we do, he encourages us to go out and see these temple rocks, right? He's a regular on a channel and he's a good-natured guy. And like he's got these temple rocks. Like there's something having to do with church history. I can't remember everything exactly. But dude, if you did a death metal song about temple rocks, just like temple rocks, you know, that'd be like pretty awesome. Could I like fill in as a vocalist, bro? That was pretty solid.
You sounding great.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Bring you in.
Pretty bad.
Dude, I can vox, bro. You know? So
Okay, let's get to
I
Steven
wanna hear
Diamond's
okay,
chat.
Steven Diamond super
What'd he
chat.
say?
Says death metal is a subgenre of rock. Does that make LDS death metal temple rocks? Also, the Book of Mormon is even secularly amazing literature. Ends in tragedy.
Oh, that is true. It's a record of a lost and dying civilization. You're right. It's
like
not a
that.
Greek. It's not a Greek hero journey. It is indeed a tragedy. Okay, cool.
Thanks, Steven. That was good. I
Yes.
like Temple
Okay.
Rock. That's good.
And
Yeah.
then next one, Bryce Jones says, play one of my old band songs on YouTube. It's Be Responsible and Kill Your Zombie. He says, get these guys' opinions. I think he wants Alex's opinion
Okay.
about his song.
About what song?
Be Responsible and Kill Your Zombie.
Oh my gosh. Be
That sounds
responsible.
like- I'm inspired. That sounds
sounds
responsible
cool.
and kill your zombie.
While you're looking that up, Stephen Diamond says, temple rocks are granite rocks from under the Philadelphia temple. It is about the only amount of granite in all of Philadelphia.
Really?
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I remember it had to do with the Philadelphia temple, and we told the story about when we went to Philly. And the guy that gives the tours of Philadelphia, indeed the city of brotherly love, and he recognized that we were Mormon. He asked if we were Mormon. He told us about the perfect construction of the Philadelphia temple. So yeah, okay, cool. So Stephen Diamond, that's awesome. We got to check out the temple rocks when we get out there, and we're gonna make like a trophy. Like, you know how they have the Emmys, and you know how they have like the Oscars, and they're mounted on like a bottom of a rock thing, and we're gonna get the granite from the temple rock, and we're gonna make the LDS Death Metal Award.
Ooh, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Please.
Oh, dude, what if Ward Radio just started issuing Best Music of the Year to
Yes.
LDS artists, you know, and death metal was
like
one of the
that.
subcategories?
Definitely.
Dude, that would
Take
be
every
freaking
single
sick,
trophy.
bro.
Make
That
our
would be
own
like,
Olympics?
yeah, that'd be awesome. Ryder, are you digging death metal so far, bro?
Yes.
Okay, are you going to show... Well, also, you have to explain your outfit. You're dressed like... This is your Halloween costume. You've
Yeah.
gone full bore. My lovely wife, Brittany, allowed you to get your hair dyed, and you
Yeah.
even put what in the side of your skull? Show him. Show him. You got to show him.
I have to take off my headphones.
Yeah, you can take off your headphones.
Is it on this
Yeah, you got the full-blown lightning bolt. Boom shakalaka. So you
sweet.
are Ken.
Yeah.
You are Ken. Now,
basically am.
do the girls swoon when you go to school? And
I
do
hope
they just?
not.
Oh yeah. Well, you'll hope that they do.
He's in
I probably-
fourth grade. They have cooties.
Yeah, they still got cooties.
Yeah,
Like, just
probably-
give it like 3
Stay
or 4
away
years,
from
dog.
them,
I probably won't in like 20 years, but now I'm like,
Yeah,
ugh.
that's actually a good number. That's a good number.
Yeah.
Don't think they have anything but cooties until you're like 27. That's cool. So, no, just kidding. So anyway, all right. So the death metal scene, bro, describe it. Like, what's the death metal scene nowadays? And why aren't there more members of the church in death metal? It's cool. You know, what's going
cool.
on?
So death metal scene for now, there's been a second wave of it, which is amazing. So in the 90s, there was a lot of death metal bands kind of breaking out. A lot of them featuring like these virtuoso guitarists. And then it kind of slowed down a bit. Now we're seeing a lot more death metal that's like hardcore influenced. But I think a lot of like religious people in general, including LDS, probably it's scary. And I wouldn't say that it's going to like invite the spirit. So
Wait, but
probably
why
just-
not? Why not? Like, because at the end of the day, people, I hate it when Carolyn Wright gains music. She got mad at me for my boomer comments the other day, so I'm not going to say when the boomers say this, but I'll say when some older and more conservative members that are less familiar with some of the younger genres used to come out and say, oh, rap music, that's an oxymoron. Rap isn't music. Ha, 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 ha. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And they'd all diss on rap. Dude, rap is just a genre. And there's some great spiritual rap that I've heard out there. Like, there's some really, really cool artists that are laying down some really awesome rap tracks. One of them, I think it's Andy Mineo is his name. There's also NF is phenomenal. If you look up NF's Oh Lord song, it's one of the...
I like that song.
Yeah, Oh
That's a good
Lord
one.
by NF is a spiritually uplifting song. Like when he says, everybody prays to God. Oh my gosh, I'll look up the lyrics for it. But NF's song, Oh Lord, is amazing. So death metal, similar to rap, it's just a genre. There's nothing inherent to death metal that chases away the spirit. You know, a good song can be virtuous, lovely, a good report, and praiseworthy in any genre out there. In fact, one of the best examples I would say is, you know who's a freaking metal band that had some serious spiritual overtones in them?
Let's see.
A decade before you came along, do you remember Dragon Force?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Fire
Dragon
and
Force is
Flames.
cool.
Yeah, when Dragon
Herman
Force...
Lee, he's sick.
My heart and my spirit will go on for all of eternity. My heart and my spirit will go on for all
That's
of
hard.
eternity. Dude, that was freaking ill. And they're talking about like the internal significance of our actions in this life and how like literally our soul and our spirit will go on. And then they have like this shredding guitars competition that was just absolutely wicked. That song right there, they should play it in motherfucking Elders Quorum. All right. And so,
That'd be sick.
yeah. So anyway, what you were saying, like there's got to be more members into death metal. I don't think it
Look.
chases away the spirit.
Okay, look, I just think this is funny. In the chat, one person says, I love Dragon Force, and then the next one is Dragon Force is lame.
Now, see, I'll defend them there. Dragon Force is sick. Come on.
Yeah.
Dude,
Herman Lee?
oh my gosh. Dragon Force,
Yeah.
my
Can't knock
soul, no, my heart will go on. No, my spirit will go on. Dude. All right, so here we are. We're going to play this one really fast.
I thought you can't play it.
I can get like 8 seconds in. All right? I can get like 8 seconds in.
I'll be your counter.
And then and then I got to make sure that I turn. Well, we are a reaction video. As long as we're not representing it as ourselves, then you know, there shouldn't be an issue, but they do flag it after 8 seconds. But like here, let's go somewhere in the middle here. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. Wait for it. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's freaking wicked. Oh wait, there's another
I'm gonna listen to
there's
this.
another video playing. What is this?
That is not Dragon Force.
Oh man, it's
More peaceful.
Samurai on Vinyl original lo-fi hip hop. Okay, somehow I accidentally clicked on the
Sweet.
lo-fi hip hop album. But yeah, dude, seriously. My Spirit Will Go On by Dragon Force. That made it onto not Guitar Hero. What was Garage Band? No, Garage Band
Rock
is
Band
Apple.
is
Rock
one.
Band.
Yeah,
Yeah, made it onto
okay.
Rock Band. Okay, cool. So
Sweet.
describe more of the metal scene. Like, what's it like?
Yeah, so honestly, very supportive. So recidivist up in Utah, because that's where we're all from.
Okay, cool.
we've got a good kind of following of like hardcore fans and some metal fans. I'd say hardcore, once you kind of break into that scene, way more supportive.
What's the difference between hardcore and metal?
So hardcore is going to be more punk oriented.
Okay,
and
cool.
less more like fancy guitar solos, quick riffs.
Which
beats.
one allows you to do a mosh pit and start hitting people?
That's hardcore.
That's
so
hardcore.
That's what we broke into, yeah, where like people are doing spin kicks and beating each other's faces in and
so
slam dancing it's called.
what's the whole what's that whole mosh pit thing? Like, where did that come from? Like, they started doing that in the late 70s, early 80s, probably perfected in the 90s. I thought it had gone away for a while, but then I just saw a YouTube video of one of my buddies at a concert, and I literally saw a dude get like laid out with a straight up like Jackie Chan kick to the face. And see, when I was moshing, it was waist and above. It was like the reverse of Fat Boy Dodgeball.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It was like you could punch and you could swing elbows and you might get a tooth knocked out or something like that. But hey, if you survived the mosh pit and it was hardcore, you were awesome. But nobody was doing like Jackie Chan. What is it, Street Fighter 2? They're doing like
it's
spin
crazy.
flips.
Yeah, they'll wreck you. So I don't even know necessarily the origin of it. I know it's definitely coming from the hardcore scene and a lot of the kids that like that music. It's just there's the difference between that and then like push pit, mosh pit, where you'll see more of that in like metal and metal shows. People running in a circle, people pushing each other around. But like hardcore, the mosh pits are more.
So there's a
more
difference
intense.
between a mosh pit and a push pit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So is like one just like more easy going or what?
Yeah, push pit. You're just pushing each other into like each other. You're not swinging. So that's where it'll be different into like a hardcore mosh pit where you'll start swinging. You won't really look. You won't target anyone, but you'll swing and you'll spin kick and you'll.
And people like that.
They love it.
I do.
Yeah.
Dude,
I don't.
yeah.
Not.
I can't even. Yeah. I don't participate in it too much.
Well, yeah,
I
because
don't
you're
wanna get
behind the
into
drums.
it.
You're drumming,
Exactly.
dog.
Exactly right.
Okay,
But yeah, they
cool.
love it. That's why they come.
Yeah, hit it. Catch us up, babe.
Yeah,
Catch
there's
us
a
up.
super chat with
Okay.
Austin Crowther again.
Okay.
He says, I appreciate the sentiment. Marriage is hard. Agency is a beautiful and dangerous gift. Even when things seem bleak, I know that I can rely on Christ. That's beautiful.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good to hear, man. I believe it, bro. I believe it. And we'll be praying for you, man. We'll be praying for you.
Yeah.
So, Snaggrit says that circle pits are lame. What makes circle pits lame, dog? I'm getting
What's
kind
a
of white.
circle pit? There's a push
Yeah,
pit,
it's kind of like that push pit where it seems like they're all going around, kind of like at Mecca where they all go around that black cube. You know what I'm saying? You guys like are like basically all just, just cruising around like what the band or like you're making this circular pit.
Yeah.
And it kind of sounds like, look, I don't drink alcohol, but all of my buddies that say White Claw is for girls and it's the pansy, it's the pansy can and stuff like that. If you drink if you drink White Claw, you're a wimp, right?
Saying girls are
So-
pansies, Carden.
Well, it just apparently in those who imbibe, White Claw is notoriously not for tough guys, and so it sounds like you're saying that the push pit and the circle pits are like the White Claw of heavy metal.
That's actually a good way to put it. Yeah, and we'll respect it. You can push pit. We'll join you.
Okay, cool.
And
Sick.
then come to the hardcore show. You'll get your teeth knocked out. So
Okay, so
you have to
let's
watch
play
out.
more of your music, dog. Let's play more of your music, man.
Okay.
What's another one? Do you have any like? You mentioned something in the pre-show that like you quote H.P. Lovecraft. You guys quote Joseph Smith. You quote Third Nephi. You quote. I mean, who else left? Have you quoted Stephanie Meyer yet from Twilight in order to reach out to the female audience? You know what
We
I'm
should do
saying?
that.
Like, how do you make a death metal song, bro? Like, what's the inspiration? Like, what makes you want to use? Like, do you just like vox and scream? You're like, what this really needs is a good, solid H.P. Lovecraft quote, and then just jam on the drums and think, what we really need to do is quote Second Nephi right here. Like, what's your process, bro? What's your process?
It's a good question. So, you got to start at the source, and the source is usually Slayer. So we'll go and listen to the people that invented thrash and more harsh metal like that, and then we'll see like how can we change this riff, because that's all it is. Like death metal, you're just taking something that another band's already done. You got to twist it to make it your own, and then you'll start with the riff, and then after that, once the riff is put together with the guitar and the drums, then you'll look at, okay, what do we want to sing about? Like, what is the theme going to be?
Okay, so let's also talk a little bit here about respect in metal. Okay, because I'm not huge into metal, but I've had multiple buddies that are, and I got a couple of filmmaking friends. In fact, one of them was going to come today. His name is David Mitchell Parks. He's a big heavy metal guy. Push that other microphone out of the way so the camera can autofocus on your face. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I have another friend who's big time into death metal as well, and he's a Southern guy. He's super cool. He's big time into death metal. But this is what I like about metal. I should get more into it. If I had more time, I would. I went to a bunch of concerts. I saw Dragon Force live.
Sweet.
I saw them in Salt Lake. I would get into it more if I could. But this is what I love about metal. Musicianship is so key. Like with pop, you can buy some good beats and you can make a good pop song. You know what I'm saying? You can release it independently on Spotify, or you can release it, sort of gain a following. Country, get some good guitarists. Regular rock, there's almost like a pipeline for those kind of musical records. But like with death metal, you meet these guys and it is absurd. You'll go to some death metal concert and then you'll go and you'll talk to like the bassist, and it's a dude with his like PhD in like mechanical engineering, and he's like, yeah, I just made like a 7-string bass because I realized that we were missing 2 octaves and I wanted to go like 1.5 octaves deeper, so I just did the calculations and I took out a couple of piano strings from a Yamaha C10, and I and it's just like, you meet the most intelligent and hardcore and smart people. It just blows your mind, because generally the way it's perceived in the media and the way it's represented is that like death metal is for the stupid and violent people that just got out of prison and had nothing better to do than just scream at their cars, inside their cars, and I don't know, smoke weed or something, But in reality, I meet guys like you, and it's crazy. Like, you're super intelligent. You're a handsome guy. You got the awesome long hair. You're very, very smart. You look like a loser, but you're not.
Yes.
It's like you look like Scooby-Doo, like Shaggy in Scooby-Doo, but you're 30 times smarter. And like, that's the norm in death metal. The guys that get into death metal, they're all these like closet geniuses. And also the death metal scene rewards musicianship so much. They'll be like, yeah, dude, how fast can you riff? Can you do, in the key of E, the key of C? They're legit musicians. And the crazy thing that is hilarious is how many of them actually really dig classical and choral music. And they'll, no joke, like after it's over and they're unplugging the amps and everything like that, sometimes they'll be talking with a couple of people in the audience because the shows are still small. You know what I'm saying? And no joke, like a guy will come and he'll be like, yeah, dude, he'll start playing like Mozart or like Beethoven's like Ode to Joy. And then like the bassist will get in and then the drummer will be start doing. I've heard sick death metal versions of like Ode to Joy that you could never get anywhere else. And it's amazing. Hey, look, we just had somebody come in, guys. Dude, hello? Jump on in, bro. Oh, who is it? It is none other than Jonah Barnes.
Jonah Barnes.
You're talking about the new hymn book?
Yeah, no, we're not talking about the new hymn book.
Why not? Why isn't this going in the new hymn book?
Yeah, but we actually should.
I'm down.
And it's very apropos that you showed up. You're early, my friend, but you might as well participate in our live stream.
Dude, change begins with us. We need this in the hymn book, guys. This is the change we want to see in the world. Amen. Okay?
Yeah,
they listen to us. We know that Elder Gong is listening to this right now.
Yeah, dude, seriously. And it's actually very apropos that you're here, bro. You want to know why?
Why?
Because you were in a band. I'm outing you. I'm outing you. I am outing you on a live stream. What was the name of your band, dog?
It was Recidivist.
Actually, it was
I've heard that before.
But you know about Recidivist.
They're real fans.
Recidivist keeps getting used over and over again. It's got a real problem with recidivism. So.
Yeah, no, come on. Name your band. Name your band,
deep.
dog.
That was so meta, man.
Yeah, you were Ivy League.
No one
you
even
were
knows what that
Ivy
word
League.
means.
We were Ivy League. That's true.
And you were living down here in North Hollywood. You were getting all the babes, getting all the drugs, getting all of the record deals and stuff like that.
Didn't get any of those either.
No, but you're an awesome musician as well. And I gotta tell you,
what do you play, Jonah? What was your instrument?
I play several instruments. My
Oh.
instrument in the band, I was a guitarist in the band.
Guitar.
I played
Okay.
guitar and vocals.
Okay.
Guitar and vox.
Okay. So, bro, why aren't there more, like, what can we do in LDS culture? Like, I love LDS culture because it is very musical. We encourage kids to learn to play the piano. We encourage kids to learn how to, get involved musically in choirs and things like that. It's incredible. The average Mormon man has probably sung in at least 2 or 3 choirs in the past 2 or 3 years. And even though that's not a ton, like, they can read like 4-part harmony. They have a musical literacy that is really unparalleled outside of some very successful, I'd say, Asian cultures, maybe in North America, and some individual families.
Super racist, Carmen.
That are
Super
extremely.
I can't believe he said
What are you
that.
I can't believe
talking
you said
about?
that.
What are you talking about? Name one
Who
other
is this
major
guy?
culture. Name one other major culture in North America. Your ballet dancer literally said they're the only serious people anymore when it came to world-class ballet training. You know,
true.
Brittany was a semi-professional ballerina before she married me. So anyway, no joke. Like in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, you'll meet people that are literally studying to play the organ, if not just to do it in church.
Who learns to play the organ anymore? If you're not, if you meet somebody and they're learning the organ, you know that they're a member of the
But
church.
we do kind of stay.
Who knows what an organ is if you're not LDS? Does anyone know who
A surgeon?
what an organ?
A surgeon would
Not
know.
that kind of organ.
Hey, badunts.
Yeah, that
whip
was
it
pretty
today,
awesome.
Got her.
Yeah, he was in it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I would say the LDS Church is really, really good at encourage people to develop their musical talents, but it does kind of end with being useful in sacrament meeting to be able to play hymns. Like, what can we do to make it so that, like, we really encourage, like, even more popular music and stuff like that? Because a lot of modern pop stars are LDS, and that musical upbringing really did help them. I mean, you're looking at Brandon Urie. I'm looking at Brandon Flowers.
Dude.
I'm looking at, Neon Trees guy. Come on, what's his name?
Tyler.
Tyler Glenn. Yeah, even
Tyler
before
Glenn.
he went anti-Mormon. You can't help but, like,
Lindsey Sterling.
Lindsey
Yeah,
Sterling.
awesome.
You know, you're looking at Homeboy from Imagine Dragons. Like, it was hilarious. Even as both of them were trying to complain about how homophobic the church was in their documentary that failed at proving its thesis.
Oh,
You know
I'm
what
so
I'm
sad
saying?
about that. That's
Yeah,
such a bummer that failed.
Remember the HBO documentary where they spent 90 minutes saying how homophobic the church is and how they'd never approve the Laugh Loud concert until finally in like the last 5 minutes, like the church is like, oh yeah, if it's about celebrating who you are and how God made you, yeah, sure, awesome. Then like go do it. And then it's like, wah, wah, wah. And then they interviewed like 2 mama dragons at the very end and like the church is still not off the hook. And like they just completely proved that it's not about an individual idea. You know
Wait,
what
they
I'm
weren't
saying?
satisfied? That's crazy that that didn't satisfy them and they didn't drop the whole thing. I'm shocked.
Yeah, exactly. They just completely lived up to every single anti-Mormon stereotype in like real time on HBO. It
Harding,
was
can I do
absolutely
these
hilarious.
2 super chats?
Yeah, throw out the super chats. But
Okay.
anyway, before you do, I was going to
Yeah.
say there was a moment where Tyler Glenn. Okay, and who's the lead singer of Imagine Dragons? Come on, what's his name again?
Dan.
Don't know his name.
Reynolds?
Yeah,
Reynolds.
that's it. Dan Reynolds. Well, Dan Reynolds and Tyler Glenn both spontaneously busted out into singing a primary song together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the same scale that was used in one of their songs was somehow the same scale of like a primary song.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the guys sung like an individual, just like a couplet or something, and the other one recognized it. And before you knew it, they were singing like "Love One Another."
Oh, yeah.
or something like that. And I was
So
like,
funny.
how can you not view that as a completely wholesome upbringing if you can literally be with another rock star in the middle of a documentary and then be able to sing 2-part harmony of a children's song about your eternal worth as a child of God, regardless of any other qualifier?
So wholesome.
Like, just like, it's like, how can you say that that's a bad thing
Yeah.
on any level? Like, you just can't, dude.
Yeah.
So,
It's sad to watch some of these stars, I mean, you're not there yet, but give it time. No, some of these like huge rock stars, there's actually a lot of great musicians and great actors that have come out of the church. And it feels a little bit like, I don't know if the word is ungrateful. They don't owe us anything, but they get really successful and they go to Hollywood and then they leave the church. And you think, one of the reasons that you're great on stage and that you're so talented and confident and the
It's
gifts
a
that God
minority,
gave
though.
you,
It's a minority, though, bro. And I can attest to this as somebody that lives in Los Angeles. I would actually say the vast majority do indeed stay. And they're happily married. They live great lives, and they have wonderful, fulfilling, and rewarding lives and stuff like that. It's just that the media loves pushing the black sheep that left.
Well, that could be
the ex-Catholic and the ex-Mormon and the ex-Jehovah's Witness and the ex-whatever, except for they don't dare touch the ex-Jew. You know what I'm saying? Because that would be a horrible press.
Too much.
You know what I'm saying? But they'll and also ex-Catholic is just, outplayed. And the only organized religions left anymore where there's kind of any kind of shock value is really Mormon. Scientologist still probably gets you views, of an ex-Scientologist, and maybe like an ex-Jehovah's Witness, just because people have heard lots of weird stuff. But they're really running out of like ex-whatevers that they can try and highlight without looking racist or played out. You know what I'm saying?
So I have a question for Keith Moon here. So do you get like scorn from? Do you ever get like judgment from? This isn't a Mormon Stories podcast, by the way. I'm not trying to channel Giles Delaney, but are people ever like death metal? Oh no, you shouldn't be doing that. That sounds terrible.
Apart from my grandma, not many. Like, I'll tell them, and they're more intrigued.
Grandma.
Yeah, she's not.
Your grandma?
Wait, really? She's not into death
Throw her under the bus.
That's
But
funny.
yeah,
So your grandma is this
listening
the
to
one
this.
that I met?
Yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
She's listening to this right now.
Absolutely.
You stepped in it.
What year
I don't
was she
think
born? What year was she
I
born?
have no idea.
Is it in the
No idea.
10 years post-war?
Surely, yeah.
Yeah.
Which war? World War One?
If you were to
Civil War?
If you were to classify her in a generation, would it be X, millennial? Zoomer?
Yeah, she's with me. No. Maybe X. I don't remember the years for
I'm
that.
just kidding. I'm just razzing our chat.
I
don't even know.
Because there's
Stirring up the chat.
There was the revolucion de los boomers. You know what I'm saying? In
Carolyn's
the last,
gonna get mad at you.
Carolyn's gonna get mad. She said you got to work through it. So I'm working through it. I'm in my 5th step of.
Okay, well,
of
I
grief
gotta
here.
get to super chats.
Okay, get to super chats, and we're gonna go
Okay.
back to talking LDS death metal.
Austin Crowther again says, didn't mean to put a damper on the conversation. Keep up the good work. Proclaim truth. Do you guys remember Book of Mormon stories from the Singles Ward soundtrack? That was the OG LDS death metal.
So do you
does
prescribe? Do you personally prescribe death metal to somebody going through a divorce? I feel like that'd be the perfect music for going through a divorce.
See, I'm hesitant to say. I think it's good if you want to sit in that emotion. Listen to death metal. You'll be sad. You'll be probably more sad.
Well, give
Is
you
there
some.
any
Give you some.
uplifting
Get
death
it out.
Okay, there's uplifting versions.
So
like we
what's
just
some good
listened.
uplifting death metal? Like I can pull that up too.
Oh.
Oh.
Does recidivist have like a near my God to thee?
Go to Valley of Sorrow.
My God to thee.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be awesome, dude.
Like, what kind of death metal does Barbie listen to? Like happy, uplifting death metal.
Good question. There's more that's like more inspiring. They'd have a riff in there that you would call like a hero riff that comes back in at the end, and it's like triumphant. It's more triumphant because a lot
Dude,
of the
sick.
chord progression will be minor, be depressing, be sad, and then in the end they might come in with a hero riff.
Wow.
And then it kind of completes.
Why doesn't Grandma like that?
So this
I feel
is
like Grandma should like that.
what's
Good
Grandma's
question.
problem?
Yeah,
dude?
what's her problem with it?
Yeah,
She's
what's
in
her
the
beef?
chat. She's
What's
in
her
the
beef?
chat, right?
Grandma, what's going on?
Just the appearance of it, she probably thinks like, "Oh, this is from the devil. This is
Wait,
satanic."
Do you like paint your face
No,
stark
no,
white and then like
no.
black lipstick and
That'd be
stuff?
cool. No, I don't do that. We're not Kiss. No.
Ah, that'd be really cool
But-
though.
Wow. Okay, look, we got to get Grandma to go to one of your shows. I am going to buy the ticket for Grandma. She's going to be my date, and I'm going to straight up take her to a death metal show, and we're going to get her in the push pit. And we're
Great
going to be
idea.
like
Oh, yeah.
ADA compliant push pit.
Why would you do that
You
to
know what
Grandma?
I'm saying? Well, just
No.
once she has the
Despicable.
full experience and she has
She would
fun
love
getting
that.
like,
Yeah.
just like, well, not hit, but you know what I'm saying?
So funny and relevant story. So my brother was also in a band at BYU, and by the way, I played a show at your house, Cardin Ellis.
you did
Yes, I
in
played.
college
Yes, you had the cool house.
at the Hollywood House.
Yes.
Oh, rock on.
Yeah, I played it, or several.
You guys knew each other back at BYU?
No, but I
course
ran
we
a
did,
really
Brittany.
popular kind of like what became a party venue was
Brittany-
our house.
Brittany,
that's
I've known
shocking.
Cardin way longer than you have.
Okay, so you played at one of our
Fine.
shows.
Yeah.
You know what's
I know
interesting
him
is
biblically.
I sat next to I sat next to a chick and her husband on the plane to Provo last time I was going to meet up with Brad and Kwaku, and I sat next to this couple there, and as we were talking, she saw I was like editing something having to do with like Ward Radio or whatever, and so she's like, "Oh, cool, what's that?" And I described to her what it was, and I found out that she was my exact age, and she'd gone to all of our parties in college.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
so,
I played. My brother also played in a band called the Otters and the Protons, and
Whoa, otters and protons.
they were killer. And the Otters had great mosh pits. They had great dancing, and he was the lead vox for that, and he was great.
Did you know that was
But-
Cardin's favorite animal growing up?
Oh,
An otter.
An otter.
wow.
Yeah, when
So-
people had to ask me what my favorite animal was, it was an otter.
Oh,
And
that's
an
That's
adorable.
so cute.
That's
Yeah, it was-
adorable.
Yeah.
Sea dog.
Could we
So
get some
adorable.
heart emojis in the chat for Cardin's favorite animal?
Yeah, exactly.
So, but my mother, or my sweet mother, actually came to one of his shows. She thought, "Oh, I have to see my son play this," and so my sweet mother, my sweet 5'0" mother, came and just stood right in the front during one of these shows, and it was not acoustic. This is not, the Bee Gees. This was hard stuff, and there's screaming and dancing, and then my sweet mother was just right in the front watching, and it was hilarious.
yeah,
So-
this is really funny. So we need to normalize death metal. You know what I'm saying? What can we do to normalize death metal?
We need some stops on the chapel organs for some distortion. Get some distortion on
That could
the.
be
This is-
sick.
That'd be
Yeah.
easy to add.
Dude,
That could
imagine
improve
a
him.
Dragon Force collab with Motab.
Would go so hard.
Dude, that would go so hard.
I don't know if I can imagine that.
Oh my gosh.
My brain
Okay.
hurts.
So catch us up on Super Chats, babe. I see 3 or 4 more Super
Yeah,
Chats.
Two Gun Fox says, "What is your opinion on the Who, the HU? I don't know what that is. Favorite song?
What's the HU? What is your opinion on the
Who.
HU?
I know them. So yeah, this
Oh,
is a
who are
band
they?
from Kazakhstan, I think, and they use a lot of throat singing.
Oh, the
Mongolian throat singing?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
throat
so
singing.
that's what I
Okay,
think.
dude, I'm gonna look them up really
That's
fast.
a sick band.
Sorry, what
I've seen
throat
them.
singing? Could you demonstrate that again? I don't know what
Okay.
you're talking about.
So I don't even know if I'm doing it right, but here, I'll push this back.
Okay.
They get like
Oh,
that.
actually, wait. Are
Yeah,
you serious?
it
That was
resonates.
actually like the real thing.
So-
I was trying to embarrass you, but that was legit.
No, I'm trying to do it. Like
Maybe
on
we
my
should
own.
all try that right
Yeah,
now.
I think
Okay,
Brittany
so-
should give that
No,
a whack.
not
Go ahead,
me.
Brittany. That's
No.
So wait. This
Jonah
guy's
and
name
Cardin.
is Jason Ellis, and it's Mongolian throat
Oh,
singing.
Mongolian.
Yeah,
That's
Mongolian
right.
throat singing, yeah.
Kazakhstan.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay,
This
wait,
band
wait,
is
wait,
sick.
wait, wait,
I
wait.
do like. I've seen
Okay,
the
I
Who.
want to see this. Oh no,
That's
it
not
was
the
That doesn't sound like death
boo.
metal.
No.
I just got duped into playing somebody's commercial, man. That stinks. And I pay for the YouTube Red as well. I shouldn't have to watch this commercial. I just got totally. I guess I'm in the wrong account. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, here it is. The Who, Juve Mongolian throat singing. Let's go. Okay, wait. We're gonna go full string.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Oh, that
It
is
is.
so cool. Oh, dude.
Cool.
How do you do that?
Okay, go to like
bro?
the middle of the song. I want to hear like.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're-
hear it with a beat. Yeah,
We're
that-
gonna go to the middle of the song right here, okay? This dude looks like he goes hard, man. Look at that, dude. No wonder Genghis Khan won, dude. That's a ferocious looking cat, dude. You know,
That's why,
It's
'cause of the
straight
throat
up
singing.
Mongol with that looks like a flamethrower and a sword with strings on it, dude. This is epic. Yeah. Yes. Dude,
Oh, yeah.
that
He's
is-
down there.
Look,
Rip.
I don't even know what that instrument is, but that is so freaking awesome. Hey, you traitor, kneel down. That's the lyric. Oh, dude, I love how it's like all epic medieval war battles.
Kind of cool, though.
Yeah, it's no
Oh,
way
yeah.
cool.
That was
man.
kind of cool.
Let's check it out. Hold on, one more second. Dude, that is righteous.
Yeah.
Who is sick?
Wow.
They're from
Hey,
Kazakhstan?
prophecy-
I think Mongolia. I just got my countries mixed up.
I'm blown away that anybody in the Western Hemisphere knows any band from Mongolia.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, dude, they just got a temple, dog. We got to freaking reach
It's
out
true.
to these cats
Sure.
in the
Ulaanbaatar.
cultural celebration of the temple in Mongolia. We got to have the Mongolian throat singer.
Dude,
The Who.
at the temp, yes, the cultural celebration, brilliant.
That'd
Dude,
be sick.
if
I'd be there.
I can reach out to the Who and get them on the show.
Get them.
Yeah.
Would you come down and do a collab?
Absolutely. See, they came to Utah, so they do it.
Well, you know
The Who came to Utah?
I saw them in Utah.
Dude,
What?
Okay,
it was
Salt Lake
insane.
City.
Yeah.
Salt Lake City is a major death metal, rock, and actual music city. What people don't realize is even dating back to the 30s and 40s, it was a major stop in between Chicago and Sacramento, and because you took the 80, and that was a loop that the major bands would do, and you could make money by doing one more stop in Salt Lake City.
Sure.
So my dad was a roadie at the Salt Palace. All right, way back in the day, he was a roadie at the Salt Palace, and he saw them all, dude. He saw Van Halen up close. He saw the Who. He saw the Guess Who. He saw Eddie Van Halen before he was big. Led Zeppelin. Saw who was the really sad guy where every song was depressing in the 70s? I've seen fire
James
and
Taylor.
I've seen rain.
Oh, James
James Taylor.
I grew up with that. Was my dad's like two favorite bands: Led Zeppelin and James Taylor.
That's a spread right
We would
there.
be on a road trip, and they both would be playing.
That's a spread.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, exactly. So, I don't know. I'm thinking that the freaking Mongolian throat singers beat them all, and these cats, I want to hang out with them. I totally want to hang out with them. Okay, there's a lot of action going on here on the YouTube video, so I'm going to play this one for 2 seconds and see what it's like. Let's see. Yes.
Wow.
This is so wicked.
Yeah.
I love it. I wish we could play longer.
Wow.
Dude, that
Okay,
is so
Carden, there's
right.
another
Cool.
super chat, another band you got to look up.
Oh,
Oh,
my
geez,
gosh.
we're just scrolling
okay.
through.
So Gothic Extravaganza says, look up Psalm 9, Trouble, and tell me King David wouldn't have played it that way.
Okay, so Psalm 9.
on his harp.
Trouble. Yeah, on his.
I'm very
See David
curious.
just
Okay, so the first video that comes up is Come Unto Me with Jesus Christ, and it's the Mormon version.
No, it's
Oh, no, it's the
next one.
chosen version.
Psalm 9, Trouble.
Okay, Psalm 9, Trouble from 13 years ago. Okay, let's see here. Hold on, let's see.
We're bringing,
these woke
Oh,
we're
I
bringing culture to our fans here, guys. If you appreciate how we are bringing culture to y'all, go ahead and smash the like button.
Yes, we
Okay,
only
guys?
have 8 minutes left here. We only have 8 minutes left here too. If you guys have any burning questions, if you have any comments, and it's germane to the conversation, we will read them if you just send us a super chat. Brittany is the keepers of the chats, and she'll keep us up here. But yeah, we got a short stream here. We're having fun on a Friday night talking about LDS death metal. But
in the new hymn book.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
and then P.S. While I'm looking up this song, you've got some serious musical pedigree, bro. Because your parents weren't they? You were saying they're both in the Utah Philharmonic or something, right?
My
What's
parents?
it doing? Yeah.
No. So when they were younger, they were in like the Mormon Youth Symphony. They played in
Oh, the
loads of
Youth
different
Symphony.
symphonies. Yeah.
And they love what you do, or they're
I don't know if they love it. Maybe they
Well,
support
are
it.
you-
They support it.
They support it.
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Okay, what
Cool.
do they look at you stanky eye when you come in, like
they're
smelling
like-
like sweaty mosh
Where
pit?
were you?
It was just a push pit, Mom. It was just a push pit. Like what?
No,
So-
they'll come. They'll come.
So this bears a deeper discussion, perhaps. But why don't we allow this type of music in the church?
Seriously,
You know, why
Like-
isn't it considered uplifting?
NF, oh Lord, like listen to these lyrics before I look.
I mean,
up
not
Psalm
maybe
9's
not
trouble.
maybe not actually in sacrament meeting, but why is it kind of looked down on as being less spiritual?
Here is NF, oh Lord. This song goes hard and it's 100% legit. Okay, so I hope I don't have to play another ad here. Let me see. Oh, look, most replayed. Let's see if that's it. Oh yeah, here it is. Listen.
Careful.
He doesn't swear.
Oh, whoops. I'm getting both. Dang it. I was wondering why it sounded so weird. Okay, so here we go. Here's NF, oh Lord. Look, I'm looking on your screen where it says most replayed, and I guarantee you this is where the two hard lyrics are. This is just epic. I used this in an Elders Quorum lesson once. Let me see here.
To us, but only when we're dying in bed. When you're healthy, it's like we don't really care for them then. Leave me alone, God. I'll call you when I need you again, which is funny.
And he literally talks about how people only pray to God when they need him, and then they say, leave him alone, I'll call you when I need you again. And it's hard to be a God that blesses his children when nobody asks you for blessings. And like, he chastises the audience for not praying enough.
Wow.
And
I
I'm
really like the song.
Oh,
I
dude.
listen to it on the regular.
Yeah, this one is like a legit, like, this song goes hard and it's awesome. And I got to tell you, if we had this in sacrament meeting, like, with a prayer lesson, if we had this in sacrament meeting with a prayer lesson, I guarantee you, all right, that that the people would be praying harder that week than the 15th iteration of Nearer My God to Thee, which is actually a good song because the old ones. Look, so watch, check this out. We'll hit these lyrics real fast from NF and see what he says, and then we'll go to the other one. Here we go. Here's NF in Oh Lord.
God, but harder to fix things. We look in the sky like
Oh, wait, here he is. Okay.
it's easy to blame God, but harder to fix things. We look in the sky like, why ain't you listening? Watching the news in our living rooms on the big screens and talking about if God's really real and where is he?
Wow.
You see the same God that we're saying might not
Dude,
even
seriously.
exist becomes real to us, but only when we're dying in bed. When you're healthy, it's like we don't really care for him then.
Wow.
Leave me alone, God, I'll call you when I need you again. Which is funny. Everyone will sleep in the pews and blame God for our problems like he's sleeping on you.
Dude, that hits hard. We sleep on God while we're sleeping in the pews, and then we blame him like though he's sleeping on you.
Preach.
Like, dude, hot
Preach.
damn, boy.
Preach. You'd have a walk out of sacrament meeting,
my
though.
God.
You'd have dozens of people just
Then
storming
let
out.
him go. Let
Furious.
him go. They're married to 1960s suburbanism as manifest through 1960s rock and roll and not to the gospel. If you can't hear those lyrics and feel the Spirit of God, you don't have a spiritual meter. And I'm calling your grandma because we need the death metal version of this. And she's going to help us write the lyrics. And then we're going to play it on this freaking show. And she's going to mosh in the back.
Let's call Nana live right now. Let's get her on the line.
Yeah, dude. No,
And you can
don't
argue
have to
that
do
you can have this out with her right now.
Yeah,
That'll be
but dude,
interesting.
okay, so we're going to go
I'm
to
scared.
Psalm 9. Babe, are we behind on Super Chats?
Yeah, you got to get to Psalm 9 trouble.
Okay, so here's Trouble by Psalm 9. Let's
So,
see.
and chat, tell us, are we wrong? Is anybody in the chat right now saying, oh, these guys are way off. That stuff is not spiritual. That is not uplifting. Is not edifying. Like, do we have anybody on the other side? Maybe we do. Tell us in the chat.
Okay, so here we go. Here's Trouble.
Depends
by
what
Psalm
genre, I
9.
think, too. Oh, here we go. I dig this.
Oh, you do? What makes you dig it?
That's heavy. That's
Okay,
a good
cool.
riff. That makes me like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I could fight a bear to this. This is good.
I could fight a bear to
That's how you measure the riff.
That's the
does it make
scale.
You wanna,
Okay, cool.
It's all animals.
Okay, we got to find some lyrics.
ooh.
Wow, it's little, yeah, it's like a psalm. I will sing praise to his name, the Lord. Wow, okay, let's keep going. All right, dude. Okay, I'm gonna look up the lyrics here because
I could probably find a raccoon to that.
You could.
That's
okay,
right.
okay.
I mean, I
You're getting
I
it.
like it. I mean,
Maybe
I could.
An otter.
An otter?
Would you
No,
fight
you
an
can't. I
otter?
don't want to bop an otter on that. That's what all of the
Otters
mountain
are
men did.
vicious.
Yeah, they'll
bite
fight you.
Are they really?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? They're like cuddly little water snakes. Furry
Yeah.
water snakes.
They're vicious.
Yeah, no, they're hard.
How do you know this? Have you fought an otter?
No. But I had a dream once. No, I'm kidding. There was a YouTube, no, not YouTube, like an article where someone, like a lady was swimming and she got attacked by an otter. Little teeth.
Wow.
Dude.
Lots
Oh,
of
it's
bites.
like
Now I'm scared.
koalas. It's like
All over.
koalas that are actually like secretly vicious.
Oh yeah, koalas are nasty.
yeah. They're
I
like,
could
really
fight an
nasty.
otter though. I'm confident I could.
If that song were playing,
Fight.
I'm confident. Yeah,
depends on the music.
of course.
James
Okay.
Taylor? No, that otter would
No,
kill you.
I'd be dead.
Look,
Yeah, you'd be
here's the intro of that song by Psalm 9. The Lord shall endure forever. He hath prepared his throne for judgment. And they that know thy name will put thy trust in thee. For the Lord has not forsaken those that seek thee. Dude, they're even talking. In
I want to
like,
listen to that band.
Yeah, dude. Okay, it says, I will
that.
praise thee, O Lord. I will sing praise to thy name. Won't forget the cry of the humble. Have mercy on me, yea. Put them in fear, O Lord, that the nations may know. Let them realize that they are but men, just men. Oh, so he's preaching humility.
Wow.
Wow, this is crazy.
So when you listen to like Motab, or excuse me, the tab what are they called now?
Tabernacle Choir.
Tableds? No,
Tab
what are
Cats.
they? Tab Cats?
Tab Cats.
So when you listen to the Tab Cats now, I have a strange picture in my head of it's like doo-wop, everyone dressed like cats or something.
Yeah.
When you listen to the Tab Cats now, does it just put you to sleep? I mean, do you feel, are you just like, meh?
I can get behind it.
You can get behind it.
I try to stay not too desensitized where I can only listen to metal, but like.
What music, does music help you feel the spirit?
I think there's definitely music that does.
Like
and
what
there's
kind?
some that doesn't.
Like what kind?
Definitely, obviously, Tab Cats you mentioned.
Okay.
And then if it's more uplifting, then yeah, I'm gonna feel the spirit. Like,
oh wait, but you don't think death metal can be uplifting or what?
it can be, but there's so much of it that's satanic. So I hesitate to be like, how can I can't be uplifted by this, you know?
Oh wait, you don't mean the virgins bathed in blood?
Exactly. Now you're getting it.
And their remix with the Orcish army from Hell's belly underworld fever is,
As long as we can't understand the lyrics.
I love that part.
Yeah,
I love that part.
That's funny. Okay.
But there's
All right,
some that's
sis.
good.
Super chat, Cardin.
Super chat, hit it.
Stephen Diamond says, honestly, there is so much from the books of Mormon and Ether that could inspire heavy metal, the judgment of God and wickedness clashing.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
He's right.
Well, the final battle between Coriantumr and Shiz, you got to write a track about that.
That could be sick.
He does the one-headed, he wins the headless push-up competition. You got it. You got to do. My favorite verse as a kid was Alma 234. Easy to remember. Alma 234 as a little boy, the best verse in all of Scripture. It's when they take the bodies of their enemies and they stack them in the river and make a bridge out of them. And as a little boy, I was like, "Whoa,
that's hard.
good.
That's metal.
fucking awesome.
That's metal. That's very metal.
Very
that's
metal.
Super
Very
metal.
There's a track. There's a little. You're welcome.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Next
So
album.
here, I just found this video. Somebody made a video of you, dog. Look, dude. Is this you, bro?
Sounds
that
like me.
you?
That is me. Yeah.
Dude, you guys play hard. Look at this, man. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
look at that,
This is when
baby.
we played. There we go.
Where are you?
I'm in the back.
Oh, you're
They'll
in the
pan over
drums.
to me. Yeah.
Oh, I see you there,
Yeah.
dog. Yeah, look at that. Oh, with short hair.
See,
But
we
dude!
started the band with short hair.
Does he have the big spike necklace on?
No,
I
no.
should.
Just look
Get
at
more
that.
views with that?
Should.
And look, you straight up have a skeleton on the bottom with a skull by your
right.
freaking.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that
We're
is
getting
epic.
props.
Dude, mad props for the art director. I mean, dude, you are committed. Okay, when I was a stand-up comedian in New York, right? I worked this show. I worked a couple of off Broadway shows for extra money, right? And it was so fun hearing other guys' routines. Up and coming New York comedians are the most hilarious people out there because they have nothing to lose and nothing but ambition, and they go hard.
Huh.
They go hard, right? And one of these guys had found the top 25 most heavy metal experiences out there, where somebody said that was the most rock and roll experience out there. And he said, dude, whoever wrote this list was off their rocker, right? And he literally goes down the list. And you know how there's lists of like movies that won the Oscar over other major movies that year? And it's like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like Robert Zemeckis and Forrest Gump got robbed by some corporate film or whatever, you know? Well, dude, he reads like on this list, like number 15 was this lead singer of this death metal band who literally like kept bags of his own blood in like a freezer and would like drink them before like his heavy metal concert. And there was a dead crow that he had in a bag, and he would sniff the dead crow out of the bag before he went on there to go shred. Like, so he had like vials of blood and like dead animals around. And like, I mean, that is as hardcore freaking metal as it gets. And then like number 14, the most intense rock experience was like, Hannah Montana's first rock concert, like in New York City. And it's like, dude, the guy sniffing dead animals in order to like epitomize death.
He's committed.
Is committed.
He's
and
committed
nuts.
to the bit.
There's nothing Hannah Montana could do at any concert in New York City to out death metal that, right? So anyway,
why doesn't Grandma like that? I don't get it.
There's little that you can do to out death metal a straight up skeleton. Look at that, dude.
We love skeletons.
That is just plain old cool. Man.
Why do you love skeletons? What is it about?
I don't know. So part of the draw with this death metal is like we want it to sound like you're going inside of an 80s horror movie. So we'll get like the chord progression to be spooky. If there's skeletons, preferably with eyeballs, then that's top tier.
Is there a particular 80s horror movie that inspires you? How do you get inspired to do this stuff? Do you go to a graveyard? Do you like drink each other's blood? Do you like
definitely
sniff some crows? Like, how do you get inspiration for this stuff?
Sniff like crows. That guy was insane. That's a singer of Mayhem, and there's even weirder stuff that he did. But we don't have to, probably not safe to mention. But we get inspired by listening to. I was mentioning it before. Just listen to Slayer. Listen to like the OGs. Watch a good horror movie. I don't know. There's so many from the 80s. Turn on like, I don't know.
Okay.
Read the Book of Ether. The end of the Book of Ether.
Exactly.
You should do that.
The Book of Ether.
There you go.
Yeah,
Mormon 9.
Cardi, let's blitzkrieg through super chats.
Okay,
Ready?
blitzkrieg through them all. Let's hit them all right
Bryce Jones says, "Don't forget." I'm not sure what I'm not supposed to forget, but I promise I won't. Okay, moving on. Austin Crowther says, "Fact: Jonah Barnes is the GOAT ward librarian."
It's true.
Yeah, that's
not
right.
even close.
Right
not
here?
even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
That's it.
Dude, that's a push pit. Is that Mosh or push pit right there, dude?
That's Mosh.
That's Mosh.
Mosh.
Okay, cool.
Jonah's
I don't know.
Mosh.
There needs to be some more of them. And the camera guy got to go back on the Mosh pit right now. But okay, cool. Keep going.
Okay, Bryce Jones says it's the second one. Bryce Jones, I don't know what your super chats are meaning.
Hey, maybe he was referencing something that was on the screen right
We're probably
then.
late. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably.
we're probably
late.
just
Bryce
late.
Jones,
Right.
if you just make a regular comment, even without a super chat, we'll try and read it because obviously we did you a disservice and we weren't catching up on your super chat fast enough. We were listening to metal.
Yeah.
Keep going,
Amen.
Brittany.
Okay, Wendy C says Lecrae song called "Praying for You." So song recommendation.
Oh, okay. We're going to look that one up too. Lecrae, Praying for You. Okay,
Yeah.
keep going.
Two Gun Fox says if you want to look at rap again, God's Eyes by Dax.
God's Eyes by Dax. Okay.
Yeah, so we gotta look up those two songs.
I'm
I
gonna
hope
look
Elder
both those
Gong.
up,
Elder
dude.
Gong better be taking note.
Yeah, seriously.
I heard he
Okay.
watches this.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course he does.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's cool.
crazy.
Of course, they
Hello,
all do.
Elder Gong.
Yeah,
They
dude.
all do. What does President Nelson do when he's recovering from his back? He watches
I
more
know.
radio.
I know he watches this.
And
Yeah,
he
dude,
listens
for
to
real.
Recidivist. What's crazy is that he said he would stop listening to Recidivist, but he went back and did it anyways.
Yeah.
So he, in fact, becomes
Oh, dude, that's
The
so
recidivist.
meta.
That is
So
so
meta.
meta, dude.
Wow.
the only
Digging
person that
I'm
knows what that
digging
word
it,
means.
dude.
I love it.
Dude, could you imagine one of the apostles headbanging like this? That would be so sick.
Which apostle do you think is most likely to be a closet
Suarez.
death metal?
Suarez.
I was about to say
Latinos-
Suarez.
Dude,
Actually,
Latinos, when they get into death metal, bro, it is next level.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Listen-
the
listen to
guys that go the
Sepultura.
hardest at the death metal concerts, they're all Latinos nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
dude. Yeah, it's pretty sick, man.
I could see Renland. I could see Christofferson for some reason.
Wow.
I could
don't
see
know.
them. I could see them headbanging.
Yeah, actually, you know who I think would be a big-time closet death metal guy? Bednar.
Bednar.
Yeah, dude.
You know what?
Bednar, he, he's like doing his disciplined running in the morning,
Dude.
and being all like, kind of buttoned up and everything like that. Inside
He
he's running
absolutely-
to like 4/4. He's running
okay.
to 4/4 like a remix of "Eye of the Tiger" but by Dragon Force or something.
I had a dream once where I'm not a visionary. So anyways, he was in the dream with me and he was showing me metal and he was like, this is what I listen to once a year. He'll like sits down and listen to it. Weirdest dream ever. Anyways, I just thought I
You
should
had
mention.
a dream.
Yeah.
Vision.
The Elder Bednar
Listens to metal.
was sitting you down
It's a vision.
Yes.
and was showing you
Absolutely.
his straight up metal collection.
Yep.
He was showing me like songs,
Thou art a
albums he
visionary
listens to.
man, dog.
Yeah.
So I'm a prophet.
So you are so funny story actually about this is so apropos, but we played a show at Rick's College once upon a
Sick.
time, and the
Okay.
president of Rick's College was President Bednar.
Amazing.
And he cut off the show because it was too hard and called us in and was like, and barked at us. And my lead singer was not tactful about how he spoke to President Bednar. And so we always made fun of him after that because we're like, you mouthed off to an apostle. Because he wasn't an apostle at the time.
Just the president.
So when he got called as an apostle, we're like, oh, that's the guy you mouthed off to.
brutal.
Like, remember that? Like,
Wait,
That's
so
brutal.
you played, because your band, bro, wasn't a punk band. It was a reggae pop band, right?
How can you
Don't say
What?
pop. That's
What was it?
a little bit insulting to say.
Okay,
pop.
it was reggae punk.
That hurts.
What was it?
That
What
hurts.
was it?
That's like getting slapped in the face.
Okay, what was it?
It was rock reggae, is what it was. It was rock.
It was
reggae.
rock. So rock reggae was too hard for BYU-Idaho and Elder Bednar.
Well, Sublime was a big inspiration for us, and Sublime they don't. It was Rick's college. I mean, you couldn't wear shorts. Okay, they're not into.
That's right.
They're not into like heavy rock there, but we were too loud, or they didn't have a permit, or I don't know. They were complaining about something, but they shut us down, and
Oh, jeez.
so
man.
Okay,
That's so
Carter.
bad.
Bednar.
Yeah, catch up.
But but Bednar was secretly barked at us, kicked us out of his office, and then he went back to recidivism.
He's listening to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I
I know
felt
that's
it.
true.
felt it.
Recidivist.
Okay, go.
Okay,
Go.
look, Bryce Jones. Now I remember. He said, you said you'd play the song. We never played his song. Be responsible and kill the zombie.
Oh,
That's what he's
yeah,
referring to.
You're right. I looked it up, and then
Oh.
okay, so it's called Co-Vendetta, and here's the it's called Be Responsible and Kill Your Zombie. And then the first Quora question that comes up is, if you kill a zombie, is it considered murder? That's hilarious. So there's people that are literally making moral questions about if
Just
you kill
getting
a
ready.
zombie, is
It's
it
good to
considered
know.
Okay, so
It's
here
good
it
to know.
is. Co-Vendetta, be responsible and kill your zombie. Let's see for The Rock. Okay, here it goes. Let's just see. Okay, this is kind of like trance music,
kinda
I
like-
guess. Okay, hold on.
Oh.
We're going to make it go a little
Whoa.
bit farther. Hold on. Here we go.
Weird. Whoa.
All right.
Okay. Metalcore.
Oh, okay, cool. So be responsible. Kill your zombie. I'm going to look here on the screen
Go to the middle of the song.
where it has the most played back parts, and let's see what happens here. Be responsible and kill your zombie.
Okay. Double time.
All right. Okay.
Wow.
Cool. So
some
there's-
Everclear inspiration there.
Yeah, dude. I'm sensing some Paramore mixed with some almost like in the early aughts, like emo. It was almost like Paramore mixed with emo with Kill Switch Engaged. I was sensing some Kill Switch
Definitely.
Engaged there, you know. Speaking of which, I scared the crap out of my two roommates from Bountiful at BYU when I started listening to Kill Switch Engaged in my truck. They literally thought I was going to hell. It was really funny.
Hey, we don't
And-
believe in hell. Hey,
And the hilarious part was they told me that it sounded like white trailer trash music, and I was like, I'm pretty sure the lead singer's black, bro. You know, and that was a great album to be listening to when somebody makes a comment about death metal being racist, because I looked him up, and yeah, he looks like the dude from The Matrix, if I remember correctly, and he goes hard. It was awesome. So is Kill Switch Engaged still a thing, or did I just totally date myself?
you dated yourself.
yeah, I don't know what that is.
They're still playing.
They're still
But
playing.
Are they still playing?
Yeah.
Is it kind of like the old bands where they've made the circuit in like Vegas now, and like you can tell that it's like they're doing the
It's always
B-
sad.
the
Like
B-tier
casino,
stuff.
lounge
Definitely.
shows. That's
Oh,
rough.
okay, cool.
Definitely that.
That's going to be you in 40 years.
What's
I hope.
what's
Sick.
what
Death
is
metal.
the
Be awesome.
Okay, so I had a friend who was an actor in Hollywood, right? I have multiple friends that are actors in Hollywood, and oftentimes they'll tell me that the final death of your acting career, that's the ignominious death. Like if you're an actor that gets a really, really good career, then people want you just because you're you. But if you're just like a regular working actor, you're going to have a life cycle, okay? Maybe in your younger years, you're the hunk that's the second or third doctor in the background. You're the guy that they kill in NCIS or in Law and Order, and you'll be a recognizable character actor for a while. Maybe you never have a real breakout, but they say that you know that your acting career is coming to an end when they ask you to be a judge. Like whenever whenever you get cast as a judge, just know that like the end is nigh, because that's like a joke amongst actors that, I haven't been cast as a judge yet.
That
right?
seems so specific.
So what is like the ignominious end of a death metal band? Like what's the honorable end and what's the ignominious end of a death metal band?
Like a 14-year-old girl's birthday.
Like if you're a really good singer, you want to get a residency in a really nice hotel in Vegas, right? You don't want to be just like in the Indian casino off the 15 freeway in the middle of Riverside that, only has like 15 seats. And pays you like, a hotel room and some free booze. You know what I'm saying? So like what's the coup de grace of a death metal band? Like what is the holy grail of being a death metal band? And then what's like the ignominious end of a death metal band, bro?
I'd have to say when the lead guitarist or singer dies. That's got to be the most honorable. So there's a bunch where that's happened.
Oh, wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, because then they stop. They can't keep making music until they suck.
Does your lead singer? Does he know this? That's kind of the goal of the band?
Dude, it's funny you say that because I knew a guy that, no joke, he went to this super prestigious music school in Boston. I can't remember the name, but it was like $150K in the late 90s and the early 2000s to go there. And the people working out of this music school were just in every aspect of the music industry, from sound design to writing music. They were all doing really, really well. We're talking people that were doing backup bass for some of the biggest bands, recording albums for Metallica. It was just, it was huge. Like these people that graduated from this music school are hardcore. And something about the music school was it was so liberal that they didn't have pre-approved majors, that every student upon getting accepted would have to design his own major. Wow. And this guy designed his major was rock and roll. It literally just said rock and roll. And the thing was you had to go to 3.5 years of school, and your final dissertation and your final project to graduate was you had to drop out of college.
That's the best.
That goes hard, dude. That goes hard. You're not real rock until you drop out of music school, And so you're saying you're not real death metal until just the lead singer dies and just epitomizes death metal. And then we all have to buy his LPs at triple price. And
wow, watch your back, death metal singers.
Dude, that is hardcore, man.
I would say.
Well, guys, we're going to have to wrap it up here pretty soon, unfortunately. We're already 17 minutes into overtime here, and we've had a lot of fun so far. So if you have any last germane super chats, make sure you send them our way. Just
you gotta
to remind
look up those 2 songs, dude.
Yeah, let's look at those last 2 songs.
While you look those up, I have a super chat for the resident Keith Moon here.
Yeah.
What? Where can I find your stuff?
Plug. Okay, yeah. Spotify, Apple Music. I think we're even on Amazon Music and YouTube.
Is
you
it
can stream
the Recidivist or is it just Recidivist?
Just Recidivist. Yeah, one word.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Wow.
And dude, here it is, man. I'm not kidding you. These guys are the real deal, man.
Easy
Look
to
at
find.
this.
We're everywhere.
Yeah, and there's our boy. Yeah, we're not kidding, man. That's pretty awesome.
And I'll say, I actually do play the drums, and I play just enough drums to know that metal drums are like the hardest drums in the world.
Are they really?
I know
What's
just
so
enough
hard?
to know. I play just well enough to know that is really, really hard.
My man.
Really skillful drums player.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sick. Awesome.
I'm honored.
So, what are the 2 songs I gotta look up, babe?
Oh boy, you're gonna make me scroll up.
Yeah. Just scroll up. Really
Sorry,
fast.
babe. Were you talking to me when you said babe, Carden? Was that me? You were
I
talking
was.
to?
Kisses.
I get mixed up. I get mixed up when
I'm gonna leave.
I knew him before you did. Brittany.
Biblically.
Longer.
Yeah. Before you did. The Hollywood House.
Okay, babe.
Okay,
what
can
song
you
do I
look up
him
these songs?
Yeah. What is
Okay,
it?
Lecrae called "Praying for You."
Okay. Lecrae. Praying for you.
Lecrae. Lecrae.
Okay, praying for you. Okay, so here we go. Oh, so this is rap. Okay, cool. So here we go. Let's check this out. Boom, shakalaka. Oh, it's another ad. I got fooled into another ad. Hold on, we're going to go over this really fast.
So which of these tracks does chat want to see in the new hymn book, guys? Tell us in the chat Which one are you most
should
impressed
Ward
with?
Radio just come up with its own hymn book?
Yeah.
Where we just like publish the lyrics or something?
Let's do it.
You know, that'd be pretty ill.
Let's do it.
So, okay, so here we go. Here's Lecrae. Yeah, baby. I'm pretty sure that's Runyon Canyon Park in LA.
Wanna talk to you, then Father, hear from me. Is it done for him?
Oh.
Oh, snap. That reminds me actually of that music video on Radiohead where the guy stops the car in the middle of the tunnel. You remember
Karma
that?
Police.
I don't remember the name of the song, but
It's where he sets the gasoline on fire and it goes back and
maybe.
Radiohead.
Here we go. Boom. All right. All right, we got to check out the rest of Lecrae when we don't get copyright struck, right? And Brittany, what was the other one?
Next one is God's Eyes by Dax.
God's Eyes by Dax. D-A-X?
Correct.
There was a piano teacher in my hometown named Dax. There was a really popular guy. So I have always liked that name, Dax. If we have another boy, we got to name him Dax, babe. I think that would be a good choice. Dax Danger. So he's got D-D-E as his straight up. But then his friends would call him Double D. And that actually could be kind of
Isn't
cool.
that doctrine? Isn't that some kind of a doctor?
You know
Is it
what I'm
DDE
saying?
or DDS
So,
or DD?
yeah, something like that.
Oh boy.
So anyway, God's Eyes. Is this like la 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 la?
Oh, that I love that song, Prince of Egypt.
Yeah. So how can you measure the worth of a man in wealth or strength or size?
Wow, you know all the words.
Yeah, exactly. You must look at his life through heaven's eyes. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what Dax has to say here.
Take the gift bestowed and return a vessel. I am the one they chose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rebellious in all ways, been a sinner since birth.
Rock on, dude. Okay.
He knew that it would happen when he put us on this earth. We demonize religion, brought corruption to the church.
Oh, we demonized religion, brought
Great
corruption to the
apostasy.
church.
Wow.
Yeah, it's talking about great
We know
apostasy.
price everything.
That
Oh,
fits.
dude, modern evangelicalism does have a problem with being religion for hire lately. So I love it when people recognize this.
We know the price of everything, but we don't know the worth. We spend all of our time idolizing false prophets. Comparisons the enemy. Stop watching others' pockets. The social system's broken. We divide on every topic.
Oh, dude.
We all monetize the gossip. We know
They fabricate every truth, and we all monetize the gossip.
Monetize the gossip. That's pretty good.
Oh, snap. I love this Dax guy.
Who's this guy?
Who is he? Who brought this? Babe. Keep us in the chats. Who gave us the cultural phenomenon known
Man,
as Dax?
this
That
is a
was
huge
Two
playlist.
Gun Fox.
That was Two Gun Fox. Hey, good call. Two Gun Fox. Good
I
call.
dig it.
All sorts of good
All right,
tracks here
cool.
tonight.
Yeah, well, hey, any last super chats?
Yes, one more. Bryce
okay.
Jones. So he's the one that brought us Be Responsible and Kill Your Zombie. He says the song title was basically saying no zombie outbreak would ever happen if you just killed the first zombie and killing your inner demons.
Oh, dude, I'm making an Elder Quorum lesson out of this.
Yeah, there you
I'm
go.
literally straight up stealing that. That is some profound shiz. And I'm getting one of my buddies to walk in through the side as a zombie.
As a zombie.
And I'm going to take out Joseph Smith's pepper box from 1838, which doesn't count as a firearm in California. I'm pretty sure I'll have a lawyer check this out before I actually
Yeah,
do
might
it.
want to
You
check
know
that
what
out
I'm
for
saying?
it.
And then just put some blanks in there and just boom, boom, ice that zombie. I have one of my actor friends with squibs just like in the church, and then just make a bloody mess out of some zombie and be like, see, got to be responsible and kill your zombie and tackle those inner demons, brethren.
All those who'd like to sustain Brother Ellis as this youth Sunday school teacher.
There was a bunch of people saying, why isn't Brother Ellis a... Actually, they didn't say Brother Ellis. That's weird. Why isn't Cardin a seminary teacher?
Card would be the greatest seminary teacher.
Dude, you want to tell him the story,
There's
babe?
a story behind
Didn't she
that.
used
Do
to
you
be?
not know the story, Jonah?
No.
Yeah, well, this
Oh.
could be our outro. Say it in one sentence. What's the one sentence
Cardin
answer?
was a seminary teacher. We were first married. It was our
no.
first year of marriage. And he was a seminary teacher for 2 years.
Yeah, the real kind of seminary, like the early morning seminary.
Yeah,
where
he taught
you-
at like 6:30 in the morning, okay? And he got fired.
What? I was the
No.
most popular seminary
Wait,
teacher.
what?
He had like half the football team in the high school
I
coming
bet
to
he did.
seminary. Like he told the kids if you bring like a non-member friend with you to seminary, that will count as one of your absences. So he had half the football
What
team
did you-
coming to seminary.
What did you do? Cardin, what did you do?
I'll be honest. It was my personality. The stake president who will remain nameless, because he is my stake president now.
Wasn't the stake president at the time?
No, he was only a bishop back then, but he was the CES employee. And honestly, he just didn't like my personality, and we clashed. Like, I didn't really clash with him, to be honest with you, but he really clashed with me. And he'd been trying to get rid of me for a really long time. But my stake presidency loved me because a lot of the inactive kids were showing up to seminary.
Yeah.
And a bunch of parents were like singing Cardin's praises, like, "Oh my gosh, my son has never been interested in church. He loves going to seminary. Thank you so much for calling Brother Ellis."
I bought a go-kart, and I told them if they read their scriptures and their parents sign off that they actually read all their scriptures, that we would do the handbook. I stretched the handbook for seminary as far as it went. When we were doing, I did New Testament, I did Book of Mormon, there was some reference to Noah's Ark. And they said, oh, here's a fun suggested activity. And they said, go into a parking lot and show your class the real size of the ark and encourage them to walk, or no, they said to circumvent the ark.
Wow.
Right? And that means like to actually do like either a foot or a driving tour of how large the ark was, because in the Old Testament actually says how large it was. And so I told them, I said, if you guys all read your scriptures this week and our whole entire class has like above a 95% like reading average and your parents sign off on this, like we'll do time trials around the ark. And so I set up cones in the parking lot, the size of Noah's Ark.
On the go-kart?
Yeah, and I purchased a
We
go-kart.
bought a go-kart.
Bought
and I
a
fixed it
go-kart.
up.
I fixed up a go-kart and I said, okay, whoever has the fastest time trial gets to do this again. And I even got some of the other seminary teachers who are like these really conservative ladies, probably like your grandma that doesn't like death metal. You know what I'm saying? I got Sister Ramirez, who's like super conservative lady. It's super funny. I got her in her full length dress. She dresses like a pioneer. I'm not kidding you. In her full length dress. And she was cruising with me and her dress is like flying behind her as we're going in this time trial.
Yes.
The kids loved it. Oh, and here was the other one that was really funny. And then they got really pissed at me for this one. There was two of them. Well, there was actually three things. But one of the other ones was I said, for every chapter that you read of the Book of Mormon, you get one paintball. And at the end of the week, I had a little shield that was the size of an Israeli Hasmodean shield. During the first Maccabean revolt. So it was like archaeologically accurate, you know? At the time of the Maccabees. And I said, okay, you can shoot at me the paintball in the church parking lot because there's a giant hill behind the church. And so I said, for every chapter that you read, you get one paintball. So these kids would come in. They'd be like, dude, my mom signed off. I literally read 25 chapters. And they had to fill out a fill-in-the-blank chapter read that I made for them. And I made it myself. You can actually look at my lesson plan.
He had
still.
a blog.
I had a blog.
People, this is why we can't have nice things. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we got fired.
Yeah, we got fired.
This is why we can't have nice things. Do you know what the attendance would have been? Those young men would have never forgotten shooting paintballs at their seminary teacher. And we screw it up.
Yeah,
I can't. Really?
Dude, here it is. Look. Here it is. This is back when we lived in our old house. I won't put the name of it. But look, you can see right here. This is the blank high school sophomore seminary blog. Attendance makeup assignments. And then look, so when they had to read James 5, you click on it. And then here was the sheet that they had to do to read that day. And I made these all myself. And it was all just fill in the blank. If anybody's a seminary teacher, they actually want to rip these off. I'm fine with it.
How long ago was this?
We were first married, so it was like 11-ish, 12 years ago.
Yeah, like a decade ago, I'd say. And then here's James 4. What I always did, too, was I'd always go get art that wasn't Mormon art. I'd get art that was, and quotes from other people, right? So here's Joseph B. Worthland.
Boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka. Yeah, I brought that one back. Let me show you another one. I would always get paintings made by like Rembrandt and other people of the scenes that we were talking about in especially the Old Testament and New Testament, because so much of medieval art. Oh, here's one about the lying tongues. And so I had the tongues from the Rolling Stones here. And let me see, read the whole chapter. What did the author say about speech and watching our tongues?
So when you got fired from this position, did he cite anything in particular? Was he like, you're not?
So the stake presidency.
Yeah, false doctrine.
What was it?
So
No,
the
he
stake
couldn't
presidency
name
got
anything.
like redone, right?
Yeah.
So when the old stake presidency came in, the new stake presidency came in, and this guy went to the new stake presidency and said, "I want Brother Ellis to be out of seminary," and that's how it happened.
Yeah,
but I mean,
dude.
but
Accent's good.
Yeah, dude,
that
look,
makes, that makes me furious.
I had all of these. Look at this, dude. Forward, as I stated in class, if the entire Bible were burning and I could only rip out 2 fistfuls of scriptures, I would grab as many of the Gospels with my left hand and the book of James with my right hand, because I believe studying the life of Jesus and following faithfully the principles expounded in James will lead us closer to God than any other scripture in the 27 books of the New Testament. So let's read and study thoughtfully and prayerfully. Is any of this like false doctrine to you, bro? Does any of this like smack of false doctrine? Or did I just bear my testimony of the freaking New Testament, right?
Jeez.
And then I said, apparently I'm not the
Powerful.
only one who digs James. Read what Bruce R. McConkie said about James 1:5. And here's a Bruce R. McConkie quote. And I had a picture of Bruce R. McConkie, right? And he said, this single verse of scripture has had a greater impact and a more far-reaching effect upon mankind than any other single sentence ever recorded by any prophet in any age. And then before we begin, a little summary. Here's the lowdown on James, a highlight reel from the Seminary Teacher's Manual of the first 5 chapters, if you will. I've included the 5 most important principles from all the bullet points in the manual below. Read and discuss. And then I have them all right here with links to the church website. And then I say, now down to the nitty gritty. And if they missed class, this is what would get them at paintball. They would have to fill out this part right here. See, like,
Basically,
but
Cardin
BE
didn't
blank.
read the seminary handbook
No, but
like
I
a
did,
boring
though.
person. No, I'm just saying you
Yeah.
didn't read verbatim.
We-
Like, okay, now we're going to read scriptures. He didn't
We do this to ourselves.
Yeah.
We do this to ourselves. We had the seminary teacher, we had the young men attending and loving the gospel, loving the church, and we screwed it up.
And this was the interesting thing, though, because I believe that the house, I kind of, okay, I don't, but I forced my to. Like, honestly, like, I held on to a lot of this baggage kind of angrily. You know what I'm saying? For a solid
gosh.
like 7 or 8 years.
And it sounds like you put effort into that too.
And it was my goal of my spiritual goal of 2021 was to put to rest the hard
It
feelings.
really
I had.
rocked Cardin.
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah.
really.
Of course it did.
Yeah. And so it was my goal of 2022 to forgive this guy because they redistricted our stake so that now he's in my ward.
And he's our stake president
And
now.
he's our stake president. I have
Can't
to do
escape it.
I have to do my temple recommend interviews for a guy that tried to get me church disciplined for teaching false doctrine.
Well, it shows
Like,
that you're way more mature than all
dude,
those
it was
antis.
it was really hard, right? You know, so now they brushed me off on somebody else in the stake presidency. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, dude, yeah, it was we went head to head. And here was the problem. This was the crux of the problem. I give grace to anybody that doesn't like me. I give grace. Okay. I get that I'm loud. I get that I'm proud. I get that my coping mechanisms are addressing issues head on. And some people that like to be patient and slow roll things, they may not jive with me. Okay. I say some crazy stuff for comedic value because I think comedy is important in any situation, but others may view that as disrespectful or they misinterpret it as levity when it's not. So I give a lot of grace to anybody that has a personality issue with me. And at the end of the day, I think that's just what it was. It was just a personality issue. He really did not like me or my style. But and it kind of did affect me. The power of accusation is strong. You know what I'm saying? The power of accusation is strong. But I got over it probably about 5 or 6 years later, once I actually had so many parents come out of the woodwork and tell me, like, this is how you changed my son or my daughter's life. And this was the crux of the problem and why this guy hated me. He's very by the book. He's very into the rules. The house of God is a house of order.
I know exactly the type of guy. And everybody in the chat, you also know exactly the type of guy he's talking about.
And sometimes that goes too far, in which you have a difficulty delineating between what is actual doctrine and commandments of God and what is actual policy. So, like, you know, like, though in the honor code we're not supposed to have a beard, I don't find Jonah Barnes to be any less temple worthy just because he wears a goatee. So we need to remember that the honor code is not the temple recommend interview, and the honor code is policy for a specific CES institution, not for like your actual worthiness, but there is a breed of member of the church that comes out of a very specific generation that all of them do. All generations have these ones. But
this isn't a beard I had a fudge sickle before the show.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, that they conflate those things, and what the brethren say in manuals is pretty much on par with these people, with what Russell M. Nelson said in conference, on par with like what James 1:5 says. And for me, I'm like, no, that ain't the hierarchy, guys. And so what had happened was we were told, specifically by our stake presidency, you need to design your own attendance program. And traditionally, I grew up, and I'm not venting here, but I'm just saying, I think this is a microcosm that represents a macrocosm in our church that should be addressed. I'm going to take 2 minutes to talk about it. I was told by my stake presidency when I became a seminary teacher, the number one thing we want you to do is to prepare the young men to serve missions and the young women that want to serve missions, and also to get them there, because they had a problem with attendance. And they said, we need you to design and prayerfully consider an attendance policy that will really show the kids the most amount of spirit that they can get before they go to their secular high school experience, right? And so we were tasked with the job of designing our own attendance program. Now, if you live in Utah and the seminary building is across the street from your high school, then there's no excuse for you to be more than 2 minutes late, because you only had to walk 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay. And so traditionally, the seminary program said you didn't get credit if you're more than 5 minutes, and, so on and so forth. And if you showed up late, you could sit in the back, but you're still not going to get credit for the class. And I think in Utah, that's fine, because there's no excuse to not show up. However, here in Southern California, you have kids that drive up to 30 minutes in order to make it to a church building. And if there's traffic, if whatever, and I had a stickler CES director when I was a kid who wouldn't give credit to students who were more than 5 minutes late. And I remember mothers coming in with their hair curlers, still wet in robes from the shower, trying to plead on behalf of their children. You know what I'm saying? Saying, look, this was my fault. I lost track of time. Or else, we had a power outing. My alarm clock didn't go out, which back in the 90s and the early 2000s was an actual thing. If you had a power out and your alarm clock without a battery turned off, you might wake up late, And he had this booming voice, and I'd hear them arguing and in the halls, and it just drove the spirit away so badly, because he would give no grace to these people, right? So I whipped out the scriptures, and this was my policy, and it was savage. And when I presented it to him, it was like open warfare from the beginning. All right. I said, this is my attendance policy. When you walk in, I will take a look at you, and I will know in that second if you did everything you could to get here as early as possible. And if I think you did everything you could to get here as early as possible, you get full credit for the day. And if you come in here, though, 2 minutes late with your Starbucks, and you're being loud with your Mickey D's, and I can tell that you hung out for 15 minutes in the parking lot before, and that, you got your McMuffin before you came to class and stuff like that, then screw you, get out of here. You're not taking this seriously. Go home. Right. And I literally said, that's my attendance policy. I will look at you and I will tell, and this is the reason why. And they said, well, why? And I said, can we take George Albert Smith's vision of the end time of heaven seriously? What was his vision where he, not George Albert Smith, Joseph F. Smith, when he saw all the church patriarchs and the founding fathers, remember, he saw Joseph Smith, and Joseph Smith came up to him and he said, you are late. And he said, I am late, but I am
clean.
I am late, but I am clean. So in my written attendance policy, I said, I prefer that my students show up late but clean. And how can we take the prophetic counsel of Doctrine and Covenants if we do not put it into place? And then so he told me that my attendance policy was wrong. And then I quoted scripture at him again. And I said, is this not my vineyard? Can I not do with it as I see? Because if you think about it, like the worker that gets paid 1 farthing at the beginning of the day got paid the same as the one that worked half the day, got paid the same as the one that worked at the end of the day. And I said, I don't approach the kids from the position that they're stupid. I approach it from the position that they're smart. And a young man, if he knows he won't get credit for a 6:30 class by 6:35, and he wakes up because his alarm clock made him sleep in or whatever. And he wakes up and he knows the chapel's 15 minutes away and he won't get there till 6:40. What's he going to do? He's going to roll back over and he's going to go to sleep. And I said, but if he knows there's a chance he could get credit, if he shows up
you're right.
enthusiastically,
That's a good point.
With a good attitude, and he knows that if his seminary teacher looks at him and he knows he'll be able to tell, okay, are you late, but you are clean, then there's a chance he'll get credit, then he might rush and do it. And I literally said, as a parent, wouldn't you prefer your child, even if he only made it into the last 5 minutes of seminary, wouldn't you prefer that your child start the day with a prayer amongst his believing peers before he went to his secular school than just sleep in for an extra 5 minutes? And so like the stake presidency and the young women's presidency and the young men, they're eating this up and they're loving it, right? You know what I'm saying? But this brother hated it. You know what I'm saying? He like really hated it.
So there's two things going on here. There's there's three things. One of them is that Cardin is a very unique individual.
Yeah.
But there's two other things going on here. There's some people in the church who hear death metal and they hear Cardin and they're like, that's bad.
Yeah.
And then but there's somebody else in the church who originally called Cardin Ellis to be a seminary teacher. Yeah. That also exists. So like John Jowls DeLynn would have you believe that they're all the second dude, and they're just judging people, just casting everybody down to hell because they're just everybody's so judgmental or whatever. But somebody in the church thought Cardin Ellis would be a good seminary teacher. There are those people too.
Do you know who that was? Should we say it?
You can say it.
It was my dad.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what had happened was I had actually volunteered to substitute for some people who I had substitute taught one of the youth classes, and I made a joke about the two thieves on the cross that were on the cross with Jesus Christ. And I made a joke in the class and like none of the kids got it. And they were juniors in high school. And it's like, come on. Like Indiana Jones, he was like, didn't you guys go to Sunday school? I literally said, didn't you guys go to seminary? And so when they couldn't get that answer right, I was like, look, dude, next time you have to teach that class, I volunteer to teach that class because people need to know this, right? And what's funny is that kind of got me I spoke a little bit too early because he was like, oh, you want to sub in seminary? Okay, cool. We'll come sub. And after 2 weeks, he's like, yeah, by the way, the other teacher can't show up anymore.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah. And so like, yeah, that's how I became a seminary teacher. And so anyway, the only justification I got was there was a young woman who was a lovely young woman, a little bit off the beaten path, developmentally much more mature than her peers. You know what I'm saying? And, she you could tell she was just not, she was into it if you coaxed her, you know what I'm saying? And if you made the lesson fun and entertaining, but she would easily slip out the back door if she didn't like it. Right. And so anyway, this girl was great. We got along. She was awesome, but she'd kind of fallen off the map and then she'd missed multiple weeks in a row and had gotten to a point where like, even if she came, then she wouldn't exceed the threshold of 70% that you need to have, in order to get your graduation or whatever. And I emailed halfway through the year and I said, look, I really miss seeing so-and-so. She's a great contribution to the class. And I actually, in the email, I said, look, I'm going to make a deal with you guys right now. And this might have gotten me in trouble. This is probably what got me in trouble. But I said, I'm going to make a deal with you guys right now. I know the rules say you have to have 70% to graduate. But if she can just, from this point forward, can just come and attend 70% of what's left, like I'm not expecting her to do a bazillion makeups or whatever, but if she can attend 70% of what's left, I will find a way to make it so that she gets credit for the year or whatever.
And they didn't like that.
And here's what happened. She started coming back. And she came back and it worked for a couple months. She ended up kind of falling off again. Okay. But we got another great 2 months of having her contribute to the class and coming. And then years later, like 10 years later, I bumped into the dad and he literally, as he was talking to me, I mean, I get teary eyed just thinking about it. He said, you know what, bro? He said, in my life, I've never felt a real life application of the atonement more than when you sent that email. And he said, we've been pushing her and trying to inspire our daughter for so long. And we know that there's just a point where you no longer get credit. And so we can't push her too hard to go to seminary if there's not going to be a credit incentive. You know what I'm saying? Because then you're literally just telling them to go waste your time. And he said, you have no idea the hope and the inspiration that grace you gave her meant to me and us and my wife and my kids. And it was just such a game changer for those 6 months. And I thought, well, you know, that's good, because that's really kind of the way it's supposed to be. And in California, it's a little bit different. And I get that we want to reward and put on a little mini pedestal those kids that worked hard to have perfect attendance, or those kids that worked hard to memorize all their scriptures and stuff like that. But also at the end of the day, let's not forget that, you know, Jesus Christ paid for the sins of Barabbas.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
He
And,
dined
like,
with publicans and sinners.
I'm not trying to glorify the kids that skip out.
He hung out with people who were considered hopeless by everybody else.
And dude, and that was one of the biggest things they took issue with, was my attendance policy.
Oh, boy.
And so I had a weird makeup. My makeup was, if you brought a friend, it counted as a day. I didn't believe in those stupid little sheets that you had to fill out. And I literally said, okay, if you bring a friend, it counts as a makeup. So I had a couple of guys that would bring their sports teams with them, because they had a lot of days to make up. And I would make them bear their testimony before they ended the class. And let me tell you, if the purpose of the seminary program is to get kids ready to serve missions and to feel in their core their testimony, more spiritual growth is achieved in the 30 seconds that the running back of the football team bears his testimony in front of the quarterback, the wide receiver, and the tight end. More testimony and missionary experience is achieved in those 30 to 45 seconds than in freaking 3 days of stupid sheets of seminary makeup. And so, yeah, I told the kids, I said, if you bring a friend, that counts as one of your days of makeup. And so oftentimes I would literally have like 3 or 4 kids from the different sports teams show up. And it was kind of fun. Like, my class got turned into kind of like a cool thing to do a little bit if you had a Mormon friend. And so, I got kicked out. I got kicked out, bro.
It's like we already have it. We already have the seminary teacher model. Like, we have it.
Yeah,
we have it, and we screw it up. We mess it up. We are our own worst enemy. Sorry, I gotta listen to some death metal. I'm ticked off.
You need
to
chill.
I'm ticked off.
Yeah, seriously.
Go fight a bear, Jonah.
Go
fight a bear.
So anyway, I'm sorry. I veered verbose, and I veered verbose, and I took up way too much of the chat's time. I apologize. Is there anybody still on the live stream? I'm going to look this up. There's probably a million people that just quit, right? They're like, Carden's like boo-hooing himself.
Dude, that gets my blood. That gets my blood going.
Yeah,
bring him back.
It was
Bring
hardcore,
him back.
man.
Bring him back. Hashtag.
Bring him back.
But I, mean,
Hashtag bring him back.
I give the guy grace. He's trying to. You can't just let everybody. I don't know. I've tried to see it from his position lots of times, but anyway, there's only one anti-Mormon criticism that I've ever thought has held water, and it's the idea of priesthood leader roulette. It's the idea of bishop roulette. Yeah. It's like some people in lay volunteer clergy are just more well equipped to handle situations personality-wise than others are. And when they botch it, you just have to give them grace. They're children of God too. And I'm sure in the afterlife, they'll look back and they'll feel stupid about that situation where they might have impeded what I viewed as progress, just like I will look back and feel stupid about how I behaved with 15 million people as well. So anyway, yeah, dude, any last questions? Hit them out right now. We're gone in 30 seconds. You guys, where can people find you, dog? We were talking death metal here before I went boo-hooing. You know what I'm saying? But where can people find you? How can they get into LDS death metal? How can they follow you specifically? How can they become recidivist rock stars that want to enjoy the righteous rock of your really rigorous? I lost the alliteration. How can people find you, bro?
If your band breaks up and then you start another band later, can you call it recidivist again?
Oh my gosh.
I feel like that'd be perfectly appropriate.
Yeah, where can people find you, dog?
No one would know. Anywhere. So you can follow Recidivist on Instagram. I think it's just Recidivist UT. Hit us up there. All of our personal accounts are linked. So if you want, I post some drumming videos. But yeah, we're on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. Where all fine albums are sold. Rock on. And Jonah Barnes, man, do you have anything cool projects coming up that you want to brag about, bro?
I'm really getting into death metal.
Any new genealogy books that you're writing? Any genealogy books?
We've got 6 kids that are moving in their teenage years, and so we just don't have time to write any more books right at the moment. But we're
Okay,
going to
cool.
get to it. We're going to get to it. So.
Okay, cool, awesome. And Brittany the Shadow, you were Miss September. Are you going to be Miss October as well, or no?
Probably.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool,
most likely.
Awesome. Excellent. So
Confidence.
yeah, other than that,
Yeah.
if you guys want to know more, the closing hymn will be "I Will Build You a Rome." Okay, as suggested by Two Gun Fox. Do that again. You're going to be our outro. Yeah, that was actually pretty good.
That was actually
We
good,
are-
Jonah.
We're going to vox "Nearer My God to Thee" next time we're in church, and it'll be pretty awesome. Also, PC says, "Keep up Christ's work," from Deseret book author. Awesome, PC. What's up? What book did you write? Really fast. Before we go, in the chat, tell us what book you wrote.
And what does Christ's work have to do with Deseret Book Publishers?
Oh, savage.
How are those even related at all?
Savage. Deseret
Oh,
book puts
call it
out
out.
plenty of good stuff, but they also reject some very meaningful
They
stuff.
put, and by put out, do you mean sell?
the
After they change your money on the steps of the temple,
oh,
and then they sell.
ooh, I see what you're doing
This is
there. I
brutal.
see what you're
Yeah.
doing there. This is brutal. So anyway, yeah, thank you very much, PC. This is awesome. And I want to know more about your book, dude. I love highlighting the stuff that members of this chat do. I think it's amazing. So it's been real, and it's been fun, and it's been real fun. Everybody check out Recidivist. His name is Alex Humphreys. He's a total stud. And the band is super cool. Then when you're done with that, check out NF. Check out Co Vendetta. And then also, who is the other one? Dax. What was his name?
Dax,
Yeah,
Psalm
Dax.
9.
Lecrae. God's
Lecrae.
Eyes, I think it was. Yeah, check out
Yeah.
Lecrae, God's Eyes. This is some good stuff. It's some good stuff, and we need more. Also, as always, you can check us out on Ward